I haven't actually been uploading to my VOD channel all that often, but I do kind of want to make this a regular thing. I want to try streaming at least once a week again, so that will ultimately be my goal. I will post to Discord and Twitter when I'm streaming, all that jazz. So, yeah, I don't know about a schedule yet. My schedule mostly follows my significant other's work schedule, but, you know, we're just gonna have to see how things play out. Right now, we're playing it by ear, and, you know, I think that's just fine. I think I've kind of put this off a little bit enough, so let's jump right into it, shall we? It might help if I actually have the game selected, though, huh? Okay, I do already have a file, but we're gonna go ahead and start up a new one. And when it comes to the mother games, I do like to name everyone based on their canon names. So for this first boy, we are going to name him Ninten. I do believe the novelization calls him Ken, but I do prefer the name Ninten. Next, we have the lovely Anna. Then we have my MVP Lloyd. I can spell, I swear. Yes, I'm an author, I write, I know the English alphabet. And then, of course, we have our boy Teddy. And even though I always go for the canon names of all these games, whenever it comes to the favorite food and your favorite thing in the later games, I always customize those. So, for the favorite food, I will always put in pizza, because I have Italian in my veins, and I love pizza. Of course, my heritage has nothing to do with it. In the early 1900s, a dark shadow covered a small country town in rural America. At that time, a young married couple vanished mysteriously from their home. Oh, I guess this isn't the updated translation. I think this is the original. The man's name was George. The woman's name was Maria. 2 years later, as suddenly as he left, George returned. He never told anyone where he had been or what he had done. But he began an odd study all by himself. As for Maria, his wife, she never returned. How peculiar. 80 years have passed since then. Alright, and here we are. Here's our protagonist. It is Dragon Quest inspired, so you do have a command menu, and you do need to use the command menu to talk to people. This was before the time of shortcut buttons, where you could just press a simple button to either check or talk. It works contextually, but that's not the era we're in. And that's our cash card. That is how we will access the ATM later. And right now I want to go into setup, and we are going to set our fight message speed to 5. I do believe 5 is the fastest. I always mess up the battle speed though, so who knows. Now, if I recall correctly, I don't actually think the original Japanese version of this game had a run button. I believe this was added during QA testing when they were bringing the game westward, and they decided to just leave it in to make the game go by faster. And it doesn't actually make you run faster, it just makes the whole game go faster. Okay, I did choose the right battle speed. We're good. Don't have to worry about that too much. Oh, it's very windy outside where I am. I have my blinds closed, but I can see the shadow of the trees outside, and it's pretty wild. So I think this is actually the version of the game that gives you bonus XP and money. I think it like quadruples both values. So it's a version of the game you can play if you just want to get through it nice and quickly. Which is kind of ultimately my goal. I've already played the original, so I have kind of I've paid my dues and I've slogged through the original. I will say though, I don't actually mind games that are very grind heavy, so I have no problem with the original. I do find this version convenient though, because like I said, my ultimate goal in recording this is just getting gameplay footage for a video I want to do. I kind of want to do a video essay on Mother 1, and just kind of provide my own take on the game. And I know lots of people have done it before, but this is a topic I've always been passionate about, and I want to get back into making YouTube videos, but I don't feel like doing daily vlogs like I used to. So, I kind of want to start making more high effort videos, I suppose. Oh my, brother, our house is falling apart. Woohoo! Of course, it's not as sarcastic as I made that out to be, but, you know, whatever. Oh, that's a little creepy now, isn't it? Yeah, I think I don't know if I fully mentioned it yet, but when you hold down the B button, it actually just speeds up the entire world. It doesn't just speed up your movement speed. So, I believe that also kind of makes enemy encounters feel like they happen a lot more often, when in reality, you're just moving faster, or the game is moving faster, so you're getting into fights basically at double the speed you would if you were just walking. I suppose in a way it's all happening normally, I suppose. My attention's divided, so my words may not exactly equate to what I'm trying to say. Alright, it stopped for the moment. I was scared to death. Oh wow, check out what's hidden inside the doll. Alright, don't mind if I do then. That is, unless you get in the way. An old music box. Oh, how interesting. Remembered the tune. So yeah, keep that in mind. It will also now show in the melody tab on our status screen. I have a hard time speaking. I apologize. Alright, let's get out of here. So when I normally play, I don't actually use the dash button. I kind of like to play at a leisurely pace, which is probably wild to like anyone else, but I kind of enjoy this game's slow pace. It makes it a lot more relaxed to play. Nintendo, are you alright? Egad, what is happening to our house? I wish your dad were here now. Maybe. Telephone. Nintendo, please get it. This is your dad. Well, it seems like a poltergeist. I'm not exactly sure how to, but your great-grandfather studied PSI. You might find something in the basement to help. But I left the basement key someplace. Can't remember exactly where. Anyhow, son, you are my only hope. It's time for you to go on a little adventure and explore the potential of your powers. Powers not to be taken lightly. Nintendo, go for it. But remember to come back and check on our family. Bye. Oh, phone me and I will save your progress. Call me whenever you want. So that's interesting. They explain that he's the save point of the game, but they don't actually explain that he also is how you get money from battles. Or did he? I don't remember. I know they do in EarthBound. You can converse with animals. Tell you a secret. Why don't you check me out? Alright, I will if you stop moving away. Thank you. There we go. And now we can go ahead and access the basement. And since this is an old school game, you do have to use the item from your inventory. It won't automatically be like, oh, you have the item. Let me go ahead and just use it for you. Great-grandfather's diary. Let's go ahead and give that a look. It is old, ragged, and filled with entries. And then what happens when we use it? The diary was hard to read, but open up to this page. Password. The one who lost the tale. The forgotten one. A ship that sails. A little cryptic, but we'll come to understand the meaning someday. Plastic bag. And there's our first weapon. So in this game, when you get a weapon, there's no equip menu, so you just have to go ahead and use it in the inventory, and he will equip it automatically. Didn't mean to do that. Red. Perfect. So something I like to do before really progressing is I want to get to level 3. There are enemies you can fight here in the basement, but I've been lucky and haven't actually encountered any. But let's see if we can. Since we're playing a version of the game that will give us quadruple experience, it shouldn't take us long to get to level 3. Let's see, how much... Oh, yeah. Rats definitely do not give that much XP. Let's see, we were at 12, I believe, right? So, there's no way a single rat gave us 12 XP. Or I guess, yeah, 3 times 4 would be 12. That actually does make sense. It's absolutely insane, but, you know, I'm here for it. Now I think we just need 6 more experience to get to a level, to get the next level up. So let's just beat up this rat and we should be good to go. And then afterward, we'll have a little bit more grinding to do, but that's fine. There we go. And that's what we like to see. Alright, let's heal up, we'll save, and then we will continue level grinding outside. This game is a pretty chill time, though. I do actually really enjoy just the vibes. You could say the same thing about all 3 Mother games, although Mother 3 is definitely a little different, but in a good way. Oh yeah, it won't take long for us to get to the level I want. I want to get Ninten up to level 7 before we progress. And that should also get us enough money to get our next upgrade. Yeah, gotta have a sign outside, just telling you. It would be a little strange to have a sign right outside your house, though. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is what it does. It's also an uncensored version of the game, so it has all the original Japanese sprites. I've honestly played so many different versions of this game that I kind of lose track of them. But that's okay. Oh, there we go. Ninten got a little fed up with this guy. It's like, stop freaking dodging! And yeah, look at that. We're already well on our way. It will definitely not take long to get level ups in this version. Okay, this guy won't give us a whole lot. I'm pretty sure in the base game, these guys give like 1 or 2 XP. We'll see. If it's 1, he'll give us 4. If it's 2, he'll give us 8. Okay, so it was one experience in the original game. I just had to do the math in my head. I'm very bad at math, so I actually have to use my fingers to count, because I'm very bad at keeping track of all that stuff in my head. These guys should give us a little more, though. They're not exactly the high-ticket enemies, though. There are some enemies that definitely give more than the snakes do. We want to fight hippies and rednecks. That is, if we'll encounter any. I know you're here. There we go. You're an NES RPG. There we go. That's what we want to see. This guy will definitely get us a level up. Oh, Ninten. Oh, look at that. We're dealing far less damage now. That's gonna hurt. Okay. Oh, he doesn't have PSI yet? That's a problem. This could be bad. Fine, I'll use the bread. I like to save it, but I guess we don't really have a choice right now. We just got incredibly unlucky that fight. Wow. But hey, we leveled up, and that's what matters. Oh, we still haven't learned our new PSI yet. Okay, we can't do this. Let's get out of here. There we go. Thank you, Ninten. We cannot handle another fight against the hippie right now. They are definitely the target enemy, but not when we don't have the ability to heal ourselves yet. Okay, now I'm ready to fight them. Get over here. Hello? So I think, if I recall hearing correctly, the encounter rate works a little strangely in this game. So it's, like, it changes depending on... Why are we dealing so little damage? It changes depending on, I guess, where you are, and over time. I think, like, the first time you leave a safe zone, quote-unquote, the encounter rate is much higher, and then the longer you explore that area, the encounter rate goes down or something along those lines. There we go. At least the music's good. This is easily one of my favorite video game soundtracks overall. It just has a lot of really good tracks in it. And we still haven't learned it? Wow. I usually learn it way earlier than this. What's happening? We're already level 5 and we still can't heal ourselves? That's very unfortunate. Oh well, just 2 more levels and we will be able to make progress. I mean, hypothetically we could make progress right now, but really, I'm not that worried about it. Well, I guess I should say I am technically worried about it, because the fact that we're getting our butts kicked and it's still the beginning of the game does not exactly bode well for our luck going forward. I've never been that close to death, just level grinding out here in the beginning. That was just some very unfortunate RNG. Please tell me that's... Yes, okay. Now we can heal ourselves. I feel much safer. Still not quite ready to progress the story, but we'll get there. That should give us a fair amount of XP too. I think those guys give 4 XP in the base game. Okay, here we go. Why are we suddenly learning it all now? What was the other one? Hypnosis. Okay, that's not a field skill, so it won't show up in the PSI menu. I never really use Hypnosis, to be honest. I never really found it that helpful in this game. But, to be honest, this game does have a lot of PSI abilities that I never use. So, it's a lot of very circumstantial stuff. I didn't really start using a lot of them until the final battle, though, and I realized some buffs were necessary for actually beating the final boss. So, there's that. I mostly just used healing spells, and on occasion an offensive spell. I guess they're not spells, but you know what I mean. Okay, he's dealing a lot less damage. We are still dealing single-digit damage, though, which I find very unfortunate. But that will all change eventually. Oh, come on. These enemies are way too dangerous sometimes. If you just get bad luck, it just does not end well. Okay, here we go. Bad luck strikes again. Oh well, we were able to survive. That's what ultimately matters in the end. Thankfully, I don't think there are really any consequences for us getting a game over at this point. We don't lose any XP, and we don't have any money on hand. So I don't think we'd really lose anything from getting a game over this early in the game. But still, it's an understandable concern to have. ever so slowly inching our way towards level 7. Ow. Don't hit me like that, you jerk. There we go. Stop beating up children, everyone. Let's see, what did we get? Not a bad level up. I always appreciate when we get a decent strength buff. And now we just need one more level. Wow. Look at Ninten growing up, right before our eyes. He's already got HP in the 50s. Feels like it was just yesterday that he only had like 30 HP or something. I really do love this game. It is definitely a bit of a grind, so I can understand why some people aren't a big fan of it. But I really enjoy it. It's honestly one of my favorite games on the NES. This game is actually kind of the reason why I started playing old school Dragon Quest, now that I think about it. It was thanks to this game that I really got into, like, specifically the NES version of the old school Dragon Quest games, because before then, I'd beaten Dragon Quest XI, and I beat the Switch ports for Dragon Quests 1, 2, and 3. But I hadn't ever really touched the originals that much. I did stream the original Dragon Quest way back in the day when I started streaming, but I never actually beat it. But now I know the game like the back of my hand, so it's absolutely no problem playing through over and over the way I do. But playing this game kind of re-sparked my interest in older RPGs anyway. And I have a lot of patience generally, so that's why I can kind of tolerate the less than fast pace of this game, I suppose you might say. It's really not that bad to me. This is another one of those games that I can just play over and over again. And it's definitely far from being the best game in the Mother Trilogy, but something I love about this game is that you can tell what the developers wanted the game to be, and it just didn't become what they wanted it to be because of hardware limitations. You know, if it wasn't for the NES being, you know, the NES, this game could have been incredible, and that's why I'm excited to see the fan game Mother Encore. What they're doing with this game is absolutely phenomenal, and I am endlessly excited to see how it's going to come out. They have stated that it's not exactly a replacement for the original, so I'm actually okay with that, because I feel like a lot of people have asked that. They've asked, hey, can I play Mother Encore instead of the original? And I think they've recommended just playing the original before playing Encore, which I think makes sense. It'll probably give players more of an appreciation when they can see what the game was originally, and then experiencing it from a new lens. That's what I think, at least. Okay, I am going to start paying attention to when ads play from now on, so I might take a bit of a break next time it rolls around. You know, that is, if I don't miss the opportunity. But ultimately, we will have to see. Okay, this is what I like to see. Nintendo not getting convinced by the bullshit, and absolutely beating the crap out of his enemies. Very nice to see. Very, very nice. I think a few more battles should do it. I don't remember how much XP you need to get to level 7, but however much it is, it definitely won't take us long to get there. That is something I appreciate about this version of the game. Perfect. We love to see it. Oh, and would you look at that? We just got the level up we needed. I'm going to go ahead and rest up, and then make some progress. And of course the encounter rate's going to be insane, because now we actually have a destination. The encounter rate is always low when you're trying to grind, But the moment you have a destination in mind, all the enemies come out in full force and they say, "Hello, I'm here to ruin your day." But that's okay. I'm one of the few people who don't actually mind random encounters in games. So, like I said, I just have a lot of patience. I don't mind playing these old school RPGs. I play them all the time. It's honestly kind of my preferred genre. I love modern RPGs, but there's just a certain charm to these games, and I really enjoy them. Okay, it honestly will not take long for us to get up to level 8. We've gotten our resting done, now it's time to head into town. There's only one way to go. Thankfully, the path is relatively linear heading that way. Oh, what can I do? What should I do? Where can I go? Who can I see? What should I do? What should I do? My little Pippi is gone. If you're going to Podunk, please tell the mayor. Oh me, oh my. Okay, no worries, we'll go ahead and do just that. Nice straightforward path. Oh, missed the sign though. Welcome to Podunk. I believe it's called Mother's Day in the original translation. Did a poltergeist visit your house? It tore mine apart. Interesting little detail, so we're not the only victims to these poltergeists. I am the noisy mouse. Some buildings you can enter, some you cannot. If the door is round or has a sign, go on inside. The rest of the doors will not open for you. Bye! Well, thanks for the advice. That is something to keep in mind. We were able to enter this house because of its round door, but honestly, you don't really see a lot of these in this game. At least, not to my memory. Don't tell me you've been south to the cemetery. I came from the north. I don't know exactly why you got that impression, but, you know, whatever. Someone must be controlling the dead. Oh, sounds like this town's got its own share of problems. Zombies may be anywhere in this town. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a problem. Be honest, you're a zombie, aren't you? No. Are you really a human? It's amazing you came here. I guess. This is my hometown, I don't see why it's so amazing. The room rate at this hotel is so inexpensive. And that's not where it stops being cheap either. I love that line. Whenever you get tired, just drop by our inn. I can get a free heal just by going home. It does take longer, but honestly, I think it's worth not paying. The animals went mad and out of control. The dead became zombies and began attacking people. What can be done? You're asking the real questions here. The Canary Village is northwest from here. It's a nice place to visit and admission is free. Canary Village, that's a place we'll have to keep in mind. This is very much kind of those old school RPGs where you have to sort of keep track of what's going on, like hints NPCs give you, things along those lines, you know? It's definitely old school that way, and I really like it. The town mayor is looking for a brave man. I don't know what to tell you, dude. The receptionist at City Hall is so gorgeous. Bro's just out here simping. Goddamn. Alright, we'll go in there shortly. My, you're that snot-nosed little Nintendo who sat next to me in kindergarten. Very funny to just suddenly run into people from your past, isn't it? I'll share the secret with you later. Now, I don't actually know what this is supposed to mean. To be completely honest, I've never quite understood. I don't think she's ever really had a secret to share before, so yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what she means by that. If anyone else knows, absolutely let me know. I am Abbott, not the town mayor, but his assistant. Mr. Mayor is over there. Citizen, I know you would like to help your town. Well, a child has strayed into the cemetery, and I'm up for re-election soon. You must help. Please help me. Nah, I'm good. Oh? You will go there and save her? Return her to me alive, and surely I'll be a hero. I mean, you'll be a hero. Yeah, I believe you about as far as I can throw you, Mr. Mayor. Alright, here we go. So this is where we will get our first weapon upgrade. I want to take out $500. I'll actually take out like 510. Oh. Kind of like the old school Dragon Quest games, there's a stickiness quality to the controls, so there's a bit of a delay after you've pressed the button. We're gonna go ahead and get the wooden bat. Let's go ahead and equip that right away, and then head back downstairs. And we can sell our plastic bat right here. Yes. Alright. I think that's a good spot for a break. So with that, I will be seeing you guys in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and run some ads, or I guess they're already running, but I'll see you in just a moment. And we're back. I have also gotten water in my system, so my voice feels a lot clearer. The gentleman in Canary Village is my idol. Oh, well that's nice to know now, isn't it? It's convenient that the cash machine is next to the service counter, but why should I care? I don't have a card for it. I love the meta idea that the devs made her say that line, and then that last line was her saying, you know what? I have no reason to be caring because I don't use those. I just carry cash on me. The animals went mad and began to escape, so the zoo was locked. So zombies, insane animals, yeah, this town's going to shit. To eat, you'll find bread stale, but with its crumbs you can mark your trail. Do you think I talk too much? Well, do I? No, I actually think that was a pretty neat rhyme. I like it. Anyone special to talk to in the hospital? We will definitely go to the Marysville Hospital because there's some fun dialogue there, and I always enjoy showing that off. I don't know if I'll get to Marysville in this stream. I know my significant other will likely be home within like the next hour or so I'll want to make sure I stop the stream before then. Hey Ninten, how's your asthma? Mine has gotten better, but car exhaust still sets it off. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Has the little girl who strayed into the cemetery been rescued? Oh, well that's the first we're hearing. Oh wait, well, I guess it's not the first. It's the first we're hearing of it from one of the townspeople. But we did hear about it from the mayor. Okay, I think we've spoken to all the NPCs in town, so let's move on. Are you really going to the cemetery? I thought you were a sensible child. I don't know the meaning of the word. You shall become a zombie! And here's why I wanted to get up to level 7 before progressing. These guys can hit really hard, and you definitely want to make sure you have the HP to tank their attacks. Okay, I was going to say, I know there's another one. Let me go ahead and get a head start on fighting them, just that way we have the extra XP. You know? Zombie! Thankfully, they're not that difficult once you reach level 7. We have a good weapon now. But yeah, you see what I mean? It just dealt 7 damage. They hit hard. Okay, I think my condition is good enough to progress. I do feel a little odd about jumping in without any healing items or anything, but I think with our current setup and everything, we should be just fine. Famous last words if I've ever said them. Let's go ahead and save. That blue-haired fellow, I might as well explain it if anyone's watching who's never played the game. He is a healer. If you have a special status ailment, he will go ahead and heal you for a fee. Usually status ailments you can't heal at the hospital. It's good to keep this place in mind. But for now, I want to go ahead and make sure we've saved our game, just in case the worst comes to pass. If we end up dying, we can just respawn back here. Oh no, we're gonna continue. We go this way. Oh, I forgot to read the sign. Let me do that before we actually go there. Because I can't remember if it's this translation or the original translation, but I remember the sign having some nice dialogue. Or some amusing dialogue, at least. Yep. I think the original translation says something a little more straightforward. But that was just Phil Sandhop adding a little fun. I'm sure there were other people involved. I just know Phil Sandhop. I'd like to stop the zombies' evil ways, but They do not listen to me or won't even talk to me. Now I'm too scared to leave this place. Yeah, I don't blame ya. The only reason we can survive is because we are a JRPG protagonist. Not everyone can say that's their line of work. Hey, nice. I knew it wouldn't take long to get to the next level. We want to go ahead and check this one. There she is. Hi, I'm Pippi and I'm lost. What a brave boy you are to have found me. No. You're brave. I hope we can meet again sometime. Yes. I'm so happy. To show my gratitude, take my gift. This shiny badge will guard you. Keep it. Now, let's go back to town. There we go. Technically, I have our first party member. Ninten, please go first. I'm so afraid. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. So what she gave us was the Franklin badge. Ben Franklin wore this reflective badge during his experiments with lightning. So she won't give you that unless you choose the right dialogue options. And you do get another chance, don't worry. It's not like that's your only chance. But I like to get it as soon as possible, so that way you don't have to talk to her again and worry about it. So we're going to want to level Pippi up. And you will see why very shortly. She's going to help us in the long run. And we're also going to go ahead and check out what's in the other caskets as well. Oh, really? Nice, let me check out what he got. Thankfully, she levels up relatively quickly. So yeah, all these other caskets will have zombies in them. I like to save them for when Pippi's already joined, so that way she can get some of the XP. This will probably get her another level up too, I'd imagine. Let's just beat them up. It'll take a bit. I usually don't have Pippi attacking enemies until she's level 5. Gotta actually keep track of when ads are. I want to make sure we take our break at an appropriate time. I didn't press the D-pad hard enough that time, but that's alright. There we go, level 5. And then I should probably have Ninten heal himself. He's running a little low on HP, isn't he? I can control menus, I swear. I'm not struggling, you're struggling. And now I feel a little more confident about letting Pippi attack. Oh yeah, look at that damage. 3 levels below Ninten and she can already hit like a truck. So we're going to be in the graveyard for a little bit. I want to get Pippi up to like level 8. And then we will go to the place where we will be getting the majority of our XP. Essentially, Pippi is powerful. That's putting it lightly. She has the stat block of our boy Teddy, who is notoriously a very strong physical fighter. So her stats are his stats. She is very strong, and she gets very strong very quickly. And thus, she will allow us to get a lot of early levels really early in the game. It'll save us a lot of time in the long run. you guys will see. I also realized I forgot to pause the recording during the last break. Oh well, I'll just have to keep that in mind for the next one. It's as simple as that. I just need to be a little more mindful when I'm going to breaks. Now, Pippi should have enough attack power to be able to take care of one of these on her own. Well, that's not a very good example because it was a critical hit, but, you know, she was able to take care of one anyway. It worked. I was gonna say this will be the real test, but then she went ahead and did a critical anyway. That's fine. Perfect. Just 2 more levels and we'll get out of here. This is already a lot more progress than you make on an average playthrough in about an hour. You gain levels very quickly using these particular ROM hacks. And N10 level up too, not bad. Just a little longer. I'd appreciate it if the enemies actually came out and fought. Hello? There we go. Ask and ye shall receive. That is what we like to see. I believe they're both strong enough to take care of the enemies I want to start level grinding against, but I like to just spend some time here being safe. Alright, one more level. I will probably stop soon, though. Since it's been a while since I last streamed, I want to take it a little easy on my voice. So I'll probably just keep these at an hour for the time being, but that's most likely going to change. But yeah, thank you all for watching. You're all wonderful people, and hopefully I'll have these up on the VOD channel soon. That's the hope, but, you know, it was nice to get back into it. In any case, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. See ya!